GlamRadarTV presents Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sánchez's $50 million wedding extravaganza in Venice. Welcome back to GlamRadarTV, your ultimate source for celebrity glam, global gossip, and the glittering world of the rich and famous. Today's headline is straight out of a billionaire fairy tale. We're taking you inside the jaw-dropping, star-studded, $50 million wedding of Amazon founder Jeff Bezos and media personality Lauren Sánchez, a celebration so extravagant it turned Venice, Italy, into a floating Hollywood stage. This wasn't just a wedding, it was a cultural moment, a spectacle of style, security, stars, and yes, a bit of scandal too. The city of Venice, known for its historic canals, floating palaces, and timeless romance, became the epicenter of global attention as Bezos and Sanchez exchanged vows. The couple, who got engaged in 2023, chose one of the most iconic locations in the world to celebrate their union, and they spared absolutely no expense. From the moment Lauren stepped onto a private boat wearing a chic headscarf oozing effortless Italian glamour, to the final night's fireworks at the ultra-exclusive Arsenal, this three-day affair was designed to be unforgettable, and unforgettable it was. Let's start at the heart of it all, the wedding ceremony. Held at San Giorgio Maggiore, a 16th-century church situated on its own island across from the famed St. Mark's Square, the setting was nothing short of cinematic. The venue was tightly secured, closed off to the public, and swarmed by paparazzi stationed on boats, rooftops, and alleyways. But despite all the chaos, nothing could take away from the beauty of the moment. Lauren Sánchez, now officially Lauren Sánchez Bezos, arrived in a custom-made Dolce & Gabbana gown, her silhouette gliding over the Grand Canal as dozens of boats trailed behind. Inside, a romantic and deeply personal ceremony unfolded, watched by some of the most recognizable faces on the planet. And speaking of those faces, this guest list wasn't just elite, it was explosive. Imagine walking into a party and seeing Oprah Winfrey having champagne with Tom Brady, while Kim Kardashian poses for photos with Orlando Bloom. That's what the Bezos wedding looked like. The confirmed list of guests included Leonardo DiCaprio, Gayle King, Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner, Usher, Bill Gates, the Kardashian sisters Kim and Khloe, and even Jerry Seinfeld. It was a mix of tech royalty, Hollywood stars, political influencers, and media giants, all gathered in one magical city to celebrate two of their own. But while the wedding ceremony itself was elegant and emotional, it was only the beginning of what turned into a three-day extravaganza. The celebrations kicked off with a private welcome party behind the cloisters of Madonna del Orto, a hidden gem of a location tucked away from Venice's bustling crowds. Security teams had been preparing for days, installing temporary structures, soundproof walls, and surveillance cameras. This was no ordinary wedding. It was a high-security event with tight guest control, paparazzi deterrence, and even backup transport routes via gondola. Then came the night at the Arsenal, Venice's historic naval shipyard, still under military jurisdiction. This place is virtually inaccessible to the public, and that's exactly why Bezos chose it. With over 200 guests, multiple live performances rumored to include some of the biggest names in music, and an open bar flowing with vintage champagne, the party at the Arsenal is now being called one of the most exclusive celebrity events of the decade. No press. No photos. Just pure, private opulence. But behind the glamour and glitter, there was controversy too. Protesters under the banner of "No Space for Bezos" launched a symbolic campaign against the billionaire's wedding. They displayed banners across landmarks like the Rialto Bridge and St. Mark's Square, with messages such as, "If you can rent Venice for your wedding, you can pay more taxes," and "The 1% ruins the world." At one point, they even floated a giant inflatable Bezos figure inside an Amazon box down a canal, a satirical and pointed jab at income inequality and tech capitalism. Still, the local response was mixed. Many Venetians, used to seeing grand events and celebrity appearances, remained largely unfazed. A local shopkeeper was quoted saying, "This city is for everyone. For Bezos, for her wife, for me, for you." Even American tourists staying at hotels near the wedding venues seemed more thrilled than inconvenienced. One visitor from Texas, staying next to a celebrity-filled hotel, said they carried on with their plans like normal, only with the added bonus of spotting stars at dinner tables nearby. As for the price tag, experts estimate the cost of this wedding to be somewhere between $40 and $50 million. That includes private jet transport for guests, accommodations at five-star Venetian hotels, wardrobe from luxury fashion houses, floral arrangements imported from around Europe, gourmet meals curated by Michelin-star chefs, and, of course, live performances from chart-topping artists. The final night's fireworks alone were said to cost more than most couples spend on an entire wedding. One surprising twist in the saga was Jeff Bezos' reported €3 million donation to Venice, which helped improve local goodwill. Initially expected to be €2 million, the donation increased after backlash and protests. The funds went to three key institutions: a lagoon research organization dedicated to studying Venice's delicate ecosystem, the UNESCO Venice office, and the Venice International University. It was a move that seemed to acknowledge the concerns of locals while also reinforcing Bezos' image as a benefactor. There was even a moment of comic relief in the middle of all the seriousness. A bald Jeff Bezos lookalike was seen wandering around Venice, waving to cameras and posing with tourists. Many believed it was the real Bezos at first glance, only to later realize he was a professional impersonator hired to distract media attention. Meanwhile, the real Jeff Bezos was slipping away quietly in a separate boat. It was the perfect example of how calculated, curated, and surreal the entire affair was. Weather almost interfered with the final evening of celebrations. As dark clouds rolled in and rain threatened the fireworks, staff scrambled to install emergency tents, umbrellas, and waterproof decor. But in the end, the storm passed, and the show went on. The skies lit up with colors reflecting over the Venetian canals, while guests danced the night away inside one of Europe's most historically sacred venues. For Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sánchez, this wedding wasn't just about love, it was about legacy. About power, influence, and the desire to craft a memory that would be talked about for years to come. Venice wasn't just a backdrop, it was a co-star in the event. A character in the story. A symbol of old-world charm meeting new-world money. Some call it a dream wedding. Others, a tone-deaf display of wealth in a world grappling with inequality. But love it or hate it, one thing is undeniable: the Bezos-Sanchez wedding has cemented its place in pop culture history. And there you have it, the inside story of the most glamorous wedding of the year. What do you think? Was this celebration a beautiful tribute to love and Venice? Or a billionaire fantasy that ignored the real world's problems? We want to hear from you. Backhand index pointing right. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to GlamRadarTV for more stories from the world of the rich and famous.